This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News9, English news as it should be.
All right, shifting our focus to Sunita Williams. What really happens when an astronaut is stuck in space that long? After months in zero gravity, Sunita Williams and Bruce Wilmore are about to make their dramatic return to Earth early this morning. That's basically late tonight, tomorrow morning, technically. While the world celebrates their homecoming, there's one big question: how well and how will their bodies handle gravity again? Space changes, in fact, being in space changes everything literally. It weakens your muscles, it shrinks your bones, weakens balance, and you're left wobbly. The moment they land, even standing up will be a challenge. So how long before they fully recover, and what struggles await them? Let's have a look.
Sunita Williams is all set to return to Earth. She, along with fellow NASA astronaut Barry Butch Wilmore, have been stranded in space for 9 months. The two astronauts had reached the ISS aboard a Boeing Starliner capsule in June of last year, but were unable to return due to concerns surrounding the technical safety of the spacecraft. 9 months later, their return journey is a joint mission by NASA and Elon Musk's SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule that had docked with the International Space Station on Sunday, March 16. While they eagerly await their return to the planet, they are likely to face several physical complications due to their prolonged exposure to space and a lack of gravity.
For going to space, the main things that happen to people are there's an adaptation phase that happens right away when you get up to space. The components of that are some motion disturbances that can lead to basically a kind of motion sickness in some people. And then the other factor is after that, or the process that your body undergoes to adapt to this new environment that doesn't have gravity in it.
The human body was not built for spaceflight with its microgravity conditions, exposure to high-energy radiation, and other issues. As a result, trekking beyond the Earth's confines causes many physiological changes that affect an astronaut's health.
We have a plan for, we call it a reconditioning plan. And I described a little bit about how when crew go into space, their body adapts to being in space. Well, they kind of have to do the same thing, but in reverse. They have to readapt to being back on the ground. And so that involves, there'll be a landing recovery team. The medical team is part of that. And so we'll go out to the landing site and help get the crew off the vehicle and bring them back here to Houston.
How astronauts recover after returning to Earth depends in large part on mission duration, and the recovery appears proportional to their time in space. Many physiological symptoms gradually return to normal, but some issues persist.
And the body systems, most of them recover back to their baseline in that 45-day period. The one that takes a little bit longer is the bone and reabsorbing calcium that may have been lost. That can take onwards of a year, maybe a little bit longer sometimes, to regain the total amount of calcium back that might have been shed while they were in space.
While their delay was unexpected, it wasn't a life-threatening situation. NASA had ensured their safety and well-being during this time.
We've been, from my perspective, the medical perspective and the exercise, we've been treating them like they're long-duration crew members basically since almost the start of their time in space. And so for these reasons, I feel like they've put in the work in terms of the exercise countermeasure system and other things, so that we can be confident that when they return, they're going to be very similar to the other long duration crew that have had stays in orbit.
For astronauts, the ISS is their home away from home. They live in a microgravity environment where they conduct experiments and carry out maintenance on the station. However, the conditions of space come with challenges that affect their health in ways we are still learning to understand. 9 months later, their return journey is a joint mission by NASA and Elon Musk's SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule that had docked with the International Space Station on Sunday, March 16th.
This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News 9, English news as it should be.